to the moon. And oh my God, don't do that. Whew. Sneaking up on someone like that. How are you? I'm fine. Oh, wait, sorry. Headphones. Whew. And that's what we're talking about today, folks. We're talking about headphones. And I know it's not that sexy of a topic, but it is a necessary topic, especially with stuff I've been reading in the forums and the groups. You got naysayers and haters and lovers and likers and everything in between. Today we're going to be covering all those things and more, and misconceptions. And this isn't going to be technical. It's not going to be boring. But if you do have AirPods, break them out for this episode, because I know this, again, it's not for technocrats. Is technocrats? Oh. It's not for technicians. It's not for technical folk that want to get down to all the nitty gritty with these things. It's for normal people like you and I, maybe for older folks as well, that just want to listen to music and a podcast. And that's all it's about. Just going to give you a few little tips when it comes to wearing these things. You'll appreciate it. Trust me. Just wait for the introduction.
Did somebody say Santiago?
And welcome back, folks. So, I'm going to stop yelling. AirPods. These bad boys. This is the brand I use. It's by Apple. There are a few different types out there. This is the one I know well, and this is the one we're going to be talking about. This video is for people that are not, that don't give a damn. They just want to pop something in the ear and be on their way. I respect that. I'm much like you. In fact, everything we're going to be talking about today, I pretty much stumbled upon myself. Accidentally. Maybe you have too. You ever accidentally turn off the noise cancellation feature? And you're like, how do I turn this thing back on? Yeah. It's embarrassing, especially when you hang out with a younger crowd. But besides that, folks, this is for the people that just don't give a damn when it comes to learning the technical capabilities of the AirPod. They're super easy, it turns out. Like, there's no reason not to know these things. So break them out. If you have any nearby, break them out. We're going to get to this. First question is, why to wear AirPods? Why do I wear AirPods? Why do most people wear AirPods? Why do some people in the forums think you shouldn't wear AirPods? That's right. There are people that are like, don't wear AirPods. Listen to nature. Listen to the birds sing. You've come all this way. Take the nature in. And I get that. I respect that too. Do what you want, but don't tell me how to live my life. If I want to listen to a little bit of music, I'm going to listen to a little bit of music. And it turns out there's a benefit to listening to a little bit of music or a podcast or an audiobook. It's distraction. It's useful distraction, in fact. They redirect your attention. So if you're having a strenuous day on the Camino, maybe it's your midweek, first week into it, you're feeling the pain, you're working through blisters or whatever, rather than take a handful of Camino candy, take some, no, don't take some ibuprofen. Take some AirPod. Don't swallow this. Please don't swallow this. But put it in your ear with the other one and redirect your attention. Yeah, you'll find that the pain just disappears. So when people in the group say that, it's better to like hike through nature, listen, it's safer, all that jazz, it's medicine for your soul. This is medicine also, folks. So that's one reason why I use them. Another reason why I use AirPods is it's hand-free freedom, right? In case I'm waiting for a phone call. Not that I take a lot of phone calls. I don't take many phone calls. In fact, I shun phone calls. I'm a shunner when it comes to phone calls. I may make them at the end of the night, but if you're not like me and maybe you do take phone calls or need to take a phone call, or you're a parent or a grandparent, or there's something going on where you're waiting for a call or might need to take a call or have to be by the phone, one click. Usually your hands are full, at least in my case, and in your case, I recommend they be full too. Full with trekking poles. Trekking poles are the way. They are. But that said, you can't pick up your phone very easily or very often because you're trekking with poles. These are your workaround. One click and you can answer a phone call. You can answer a phone call with one click of your hand or just using the voice activation with Siri. Siri, answer phone call.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Thank you, AirPods. So it makes answering a phone call, if that's your thing, super easy. That's why I keep them in my ear in case I ever need to answer that important phone call. I'm always waiting for that big break. Another great thing about them, for me, is the noise canceling feature. It is unreal. I mean, I put off getting AirPods for years. I thought they were kind of pricey, and are they really worth it? They're just headphones. I just want to use them for music or whatever. Ugh. Whenever I got these, the noise canceling feature is flipping amazing. It's just like, it freaked me out the first time I did it. Maybe you can relate to that, but it just cut off. I thought I was dying. I thought I died, actually. It got that quiet. Yeah. Yeah. It's just something else. If you don't own these, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But the noise canceling ability of the AirPod is flippin' unbelievable. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. These things blow my mind. And I put them off for years. These are 2s, but 2s have been out for a while, so I don't know. I don't know what my excuse is. But these are great. So that said, on the airplane, in the albergues, when you're sleeping under or beside Darth Vader, king of all snorers, these come in handy, especially if you didn't bring any earplugs. You now have AirPlugs. See what I did there? These will cancel it out. You can also turn some light music or wire behind that as well, but these will hide, these will virtually bury the snorer. Not physically, not literally, but virtually. If you've ever had that fantasy. These are the way, folks. So they're noise canceling. And that's usually what people argue against too in the groups. Like, oh, you noise canceling, it's dangerous to have on the trail. You get hit by a car, you wouldn't hear a biker, cyclist, you won't hear a cyclist coming up behind you, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, no kidding. I'm talking about wearing them to bed. I'm talking about wearing them on the airplane. I'm talking about wearing them when you're in a cafe and you want to focus on your journaling, maybe. But when you're on the trail, yes. And that's where transparency mode comes in. That's right. What is transparency mode? No, there's nothing.
It's not that clear.
Transparency mode, adhesively speaking, see if that sticks, is the ability to turn off the noise canceling element. And it's awesome. So you can with one click, you can turn the noise canceling off. I think I keep turning these things on. I hope this isn't affecting my video. But with one click, you can turn the noise canceling feature off, meaning you can still hear your music, your podcast, your audiobook, whatever the case may be, your phone call, but without that noise canceling effect. So you'll hear the cars, you'll hear the wind, you'll hear the birds sing, you'll hear the trees rustling in the wind or under the talons of an eagle. Poetic, no? You'll hear all that. When people are chilling you out in the groups or wearing headphones while hiking the Camino,
You're wrong.
they often don't speak of that part. And see, that's where they're wrong. They just assume, because they don't own these, that they're noise canceling, or they just don't know how to use these properly. But you can turn off the noise canceling feature. So remember that, and I'll show you how to do that in a bit. Why else do I use these? Shall I ponder?
Yes.
But there's a new feature that's going to come in really handy on the Camino for all of you. There's a translation feature that Apple just rolled out. This will work with any one of your translation apps in your ear. So as someone is speaking to you, this is translating in real time what they're saying. Right? I think that's awesome. You can test that out actually by just watching some foreign films and you putting these in and opening up Google Translate or whatnot, connecting Google Translate to this. But yeah, it will translate in ear real time. I haven't used that yet. I have some other headphones from a few years back that claim to do the same thing. So I already understand the technology a little bit, but now Apple AirPods is offering this as well. So there's another, if you need another reason to use these on your Camino, that's pretty awesome. So let's talk about how to do some of this stuff. Let's just go through it real quick. Turning on the noise cancellation feature. All you do is once they're in your ear is push down the button and hold it until you hear the tone. Then let go and there's noise cancel. It's happening all around you, but is it? You wouldn't know because you couldn't hear it if it was, or if it made noise while it was doing it. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so all you do is hold down that button till you hear the tone, then let off of it. Noise cancel, and to get back to transparency mode where you can hear everything in the room or in the world around you, once again, just hold down the button till you hear the tone, let go, and there it is. Birds singing, trees treeing, stuff like that. That's the real one right there. Like, that's the one that made me want to make this video. It's as easy as that. Just hold it down and let it go. Next tip, okay, to pause whatever you're listening to, rather than fuddle with your watch, because that's another great thing about AirPods, is they connect to your watch as well. If your Apple Watch, if you have an Apple Watch, and I recommend you do, because it also makes things easier. You don't have to reach in your pocket to deal with stuff on your phone. You can turn off and on the audiobook, the music, whatever you are, with your watch. But you don't even need to do that. You can just reach up and click it once. If you click it, ooh, something just went on. You just click it once to pause whatever you're listening to, and click it once to start playing again. It's that simple. It's just one click, right? And maybe it's too low. Maybe you want to raise the volume. To do that, on that button, super easy. It's a slider too. It's a volume slider. To turn it down, you just slide your finger down the button like a slider, and it turns it down, as you might imagine. To turn it up, slide your finger up the slider, turns the volume up. It's that simple. So remember that if you're talking to someone on the trail and someone pops out of nowhere, maybe you do have noise cancellation on, you can just turn it down, or you can just turn it up. So those are a few commands. Are those commands? So those are a few tips I think will come in handy if you want to get a little more advanced, and you don't need to really at this point. Those are the basics right there. But if you're listening to music and you want to advance to the next track, just double click. If you realize you didn't want to get onto that next track and you want to go back to the previous track, triple click. So those are the super basics of operating AirPods, folks. Congratulations. See, you didn't even need to be technically motivated to understand this. It's that simple. And again, I worked out a lot of this stuff, if not all of this stuff, by myself, by futzing around with these accidentally. So you got this, folks. Embrace the AirPods. Disregard all the negative stuff about wearing headphones. If you want to wear them, you wear them. Just know what you're doing when you're wearing them, and that's all you need. Just be a responsible AirPod owner. It's like owning a dog or a cat, really, but smaller, and you put that in your ears. That's not weird. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe, for the love of God, subscribe. Let's watch those numbers grow together.
Oh, you will subscribe. You can't help but subscribe. And you think you're a chicken.
Your subscription keeps me inspired and keeps me motivated, as does coffee. Well, I mean, come on, you've had to have guessed that by now. You're like, that guy? Coffee. Lots of coffee. You're right. Anyways, folks, I'll catch you next time, maybe next week even, with a new tip, trick, and hack. Until then, here we go.
Buen Camino.